So this is how I developed a €16,000 a month rental income property portfolio in about 3 years in Europe. The whole objective here is to reach financial freedom. I have a lot of friends and family asking how I did this. So I just got the keys to the 10th property a couple of days ago. And I wanted to importantly show numbers, show you how I renovate a property, all the negotiations that we do with the contractors and all the problems that we actually face. And I decided to show you the property journey in terms of numbers, in terms of the property development aspect, and how I've done it. So welcome to the journey. I've decided to record this again for my friends and family, but you're welcome to join too. Let's see how we go. So here we are, just got the keys to our 10th property in Madrid, just walking to it now. I haven't seen it for at least 3 months. It's been really raining in Madrid. Yeah, let's see what the conditions like and whether we have a problem on our hands or not. You can see it's been a couple of months since I've been in here. We've had some heavy rainfall in Madrid in the last I guess a couple of months. And it's quite badly water damaged. I'd say this is our roughest property yet. I just got the keys today, as I said. Parts of the wall has fallen out. You can see a lot of water damage. Let's see what the builder has to say in a couple of minutes' time. I'm getting a little bit concerned because this might blow out a lot of the costs. You can see no one's lived here for a number of years. And we're going to try and convert this into a couple of bathrooms, a couple of bedrooms, and a central kitchen area. So let's see if we can actually make our target, which is 1,800 euros per month in this fantastic little apartment. So here are the all-important numbers. Can get a little bit boring, but I actually see this as a differentiating factor of my presentation today and potentially future presentations, as I actually share this level of detail. At the very highest level, I'll just give you a brief summary in terms of the cost to buy and the likely cash flow that comes out of this property. And perhaps, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but I might, in future videos, I might drill down to the next level of detail behind these numbers. So this is the highest level. This is the first video, in fact, the first video I've ever done. So I'll take you through the numbers at the highest level. So first of all, the property purchase, it was 140,000. The fees were around 10%, so that covers things like the agency fees, the 6% taxes that apply for places sold in Madrid, so 14,000. And then the renovation itself was around 35,000 all in all. So all up, 189,000 to buy the property. We got bank financing. So the bank financing itself, they paid 60% of the purchase price of the property, so 60% of 140. In addition to that, and perhaps again in a future session, we'll talk a little bit about our relationship with the bank. They paid for our renovation. So that's the arrangement we have with them. So the out-of-pocket expenses, assuming that renovation doesn't blow out or there's some unforeseen hidden costs, is 70,000 euros for the purchase of the property. Now a little bit on the other side. So again, euros in thousands per annum or per year. The rental income, I know I said in the video initially around 1,800 per calendar month. We've already actually had people inquiring in terms of when we're renting this place out. So I actually think it might be a little bit higher than what we initially envisaged, and from speaking to the agent, we're looking at around 2,000 per month, so that equates to $24,000 a year, 1,000 euros a year. Expenses, so we have things like agency commission, electricity, because we often pay for utilities, and then the tenants actually pay us via their rental income back. Vacancy seems very low at the moment. There's insurance, there's community fees, and a few other items. So at the highest level, around 6,000 in expenses per year. And in addition to that, the loan repayment. So this includes principal plus interest. And again, in another session, I'll talk to you about the difference between the two and why I include the principal calculations in the cash flow calculation. Again, around 500 euros a month in total. So we'll put 6,000 in there. That gives us 12,000 earnings before interest and taxes and depreciation. So that's at the highest level, around 12,000 per month, per year. Now, I've just put a calculation assuming 10 properties. So at the crudest level, multiplying that number by 10 properties. As I mentioned at the start of this video, this is our 10th property. Now, I wanted to talk about why that's important to me. If we have 10 properties, we make around 120,000 euros per year. Comparing that to the out-of-pocket expenses of a new property, and again, some properties would be more, some properties might be less. This gives us this enterprise that we've created, pays for about 1.6, 1.7 properties that we can buy and do this again per year. So, as I said, we had a little bit of a capital up front that helped us reach our 10th property. We've basically just been doing this non-stop for 3 years. Again, a couple of hours a week, and in terms of time searching and time spent with builders and inspecting the properties. So we've got to the point now where we're buying around 1.6 properties per year. Of course, we can add some more money into that and buy 2 properties, for example, or we can start withdrawing, although that's not our strategy at the moment. Hi, me again, and as I mentioned earlier, this is actually my first ever YouTube video. I've watched a couple of other videos with people who are a bit more familiar with making videos than I am. And they mentioned end with a request to subscribe. So here you go. If you're interested in financial independence or a family member or thinking about moving to Europe, hit subscribe, comment, what would you do with this apartment? And of course, watch the next episode, very likely to take you through some of the issues around the water damage aspects, which are concerning me quite a lot, finish with some numbers, and also hopefully have the final plans or semi-final plans so we can work out exactly how much we can rent this place out for. So stay tuned.